So man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Check this out, man. Question I gotta ask y'all. Are you really self-made? And like what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What you mean am I really self-made? Self-made has a few definitions, but when I'm talking about what you believe, what you think, how you move on a daily basis, what shapes your views on the world? What shapes your views on particular topics and subjects? Most people would say, well, I'm my own man, I'm my own woman. Uh, Nobody dictates how I think. I have my own mind. I'm a free thinker and all these different things. But the reality is that each and every one of us is shaped by some type of ideology or some type of a viewpoint that was either imposed on us or was introduced to us in such a way that it made us go, okay, yeah, that's what I ride with. So people will think this world is set up so that you would think that you have an original thought, but that thought is not your own. That thought is a product of somebody else's mind that came from somebody else's mind and somebody else's all the way back. Now that doesn't always make it a bad thing because if the right principles are being um, placed into you, then those are right principles, and it'll make you better, and it'll make those around you better, just like those principles made you better when they came down. They trickled down from someone else. But the tricky part comes in when you have situations where a lot of the negative viewpoints start to take shape and begin to shape the mind of a person, which dictates the actions of a person. When you look at us, I can talk about us as black people. We are absolutely we are not self-made or as self-made as we should be. And when I think of that, I'm speaking from a viewpoint of being in this country, speaking a language that's not our original language, participating in forms of culture that are not our original culture, um, subscribing to systems that have not and are not beneficial to us as a collective. Actually, systems that were constructed to work against us. So they are counterproductive to our success as a collective. Yet, we continue to stand for and fight for these systems and this way of thinking, all the way down to religion. Everything, all the way down to our responses to certain situations in life, our responses to social issues, our responses on every level, our thoughts and reactions on every level have been shaped by somebody else, have been placed in our mind. So we're not self made. We've actually been made in America. We've been made by someone else. And the thoughts that we carry and the reason why we carry those thoughts, they don't come from us. But we think that they do. So we'll watch a blatant display of brutality, a blatant display of injustice, and we'll say, well, it was fair. Well, the law will sort it out because we've been made to believe that this system in this playing field is leveled. And it was never leveled. The race was never set up to be a toss up. Or the race was, it was actually set up for you to lose because you started way back here and everybody else started way up here. So we have to understand that moving forward, and once we kind of come into that understanding, then we can begin the process of reshaping our minds. And when we start to reshape our minds through finding out the truth and finding out and studying history and trying to find out to the best of our ability who we are, where we come from, and what we need to be doing in this time, then we can start to remake and reshape ourselves into what we should be. Because what we are now, you can look at yourself in the mirror, you can look at yourself on a picture and you can recognize yourself. You can recognize your reflection as you pass by a window, but the external is not who you really are. Who you really are exists internally. And that internal you decides what the external you does. So keep that in mind. Tell me y'all thoughts on this topic. And I know a lot of people kind of may have thought that this was related to financial angle or related to materials and saying, well, you know, I got this and I've built this up. I own this many rent houses and I've started this company and I built it from the ground up, so I'm self-made. And that's not where I was going. That's not what I meant. Because at the end, material things, they pass away. They come and go. And the items and things that we gain, we can easily lose and get back. But when you lose yourself, you have only a few opportunities to regain that. I know it sounded like I was wrapping up, but let me get. Um, you can lose your internal self, and there's a chance you can get it back. That's the purpose of making this video. But when your internal destroys the external, it's a wrap. So leave your comments below. Hit that like button for your big brother. Subscribe to the channel. And I will catch y'all later on today with another one. Whatever day this is. All right, it's your big brother K-Rino. Peace.